anybody actually seen the latest Carl Jobst video? It dropped 52 minutes ago. And I have some bad news. It's not good. And it actually is related to Sea of Stars. Carl Jobst just put out, right 52 minutes ago, a new video. Apparently accusing the streamer Gerard the Completionist, who is someone we've raided during their marathon for charity to raise money for Indieland. He's also a good friend of Thierry of Sabotage Studio, and if you've played Sea of Stars, you know that this person, Jirard the Completionist, is in the game. He's in Mirth, and he's literally in the game. If I am to understand the title of this video correctly, he is being accused of pocketing all the charity money. And so I have not seen the video yet, but I am very interested to watch this. I mean, we really all should be. We've raided this person. We have supported Indieland. You know, I've never given them any money. But I am very interested to watch this video today. And I sure hope it's not what I think it is. But it sure appears to be. It's never... Whenever you see a Carl Jobst video that is not about speedrunning, it's a bad thing. It's a very bad thing for that person. Is typically what it's going to be about. And so I'm afraid he's going to be accusing Gerard the Completionist of running a scam charity. Yeah. Now, the reason why that really sucks is this guy's in Sea of Stars. And, I mean, they can't just take him out of it, right? Because if he really is accused of what he appears to be accused of, that's not a good look that he's in the game. And I don't think they'll be able to remove him. You know, that's what I'm thinking about. Is like, man, that's a stain. That's a stain on Sea of Stars, if that's true. To be connected to someone like this. If it is true. Now, again, I have not watched this video. And so we're all going to find out together. Yo, Salem, you're the best Petonian viewer on the platform. Welcome on in, you're great. You're looking so good today. Have you been watching your figure, Salem? Yeah, I mean, I guess we are tonight. Guess we are tonight. A little react to this. So the title of the video is "This Charity is Lying to You." Now, I think there's only one way to interpret that, and we're gonna find out. But frankly, I'm not looking to get into React content. I just think it's our community. It's our due diligence to watch this, because like I've rated Gerard several times. I've rated this person we're gonna be watching, and supported their content. And I was always under the impression they're a very, very upstanding individual. And frankly, they've been highly regarded in the gaming community for a long time. A lot of people know this guy. He's got a very successful YouTube channel. He's known to be like a good guy in the community. Hey, Crystalline, how you doing, me amigo? Great to see you. Thanks for the 17 months. How you doing, Crystalline? Feel like I haven't caught up with you in a minute. Hope you're having a great Monday. Yo, Evil Knievel, how you doing? Welcome on in too. Kit Kat, Neto. Crystalline, you been a baby daddy for the last 2 months. A busy bee, I bet. You see another video of it to the side is gaining more coverage. Yeah. Well, you guys want to start? I was kind of waiting for people to trickle on in. We're going to start off by watching this video. Now, how long is the video? It is 12 minutes long. So it's not like super duper long. And so it's not going to consume too much of our time. But here we go, guys. This is the video. And again, I have not watched this. So here we go.
Goes to the Open Hand Foundation, an organization that we started in honor of my mom, and all that money goes to dementia research. We don't touch any of it. We just work with the
How's
people
the volume?
who do need the money, and we help them do their
Volume
thing.
looks good, right?
This is Jirard Khalil, well known online as the Completionist. For more than a decade, his YouTube series where he
Low?
completes games
It's
100%
low? Okay.
has been very successful, and he has built a very large and respected brand.
How's
Jirard
that?
is very well liked
that
within the
better?
gaming community, and I myself have been a fan of his YouTube content
Okay.
for many years. In 2018, Jirard helped create
So
the
this
Indie
is
Land Charity
Gerard.
Marathon.
I've literally
This is where
rated
indie
this
developers
stream.
get to
Like,
come
we rated
together and
during
showcase their games. It gave a spotlight
Indie
to
Land
lesser-known
this
developers,
year.
and it also raised
Several
money for a
times.
good cause. All of the money raised by Indie Land goes to the Open Hand Foundation, a non-profit organization that helps support dementia research. The Open Hand Foundation was founded by Gerard and his family in 2003.
All right,
after
so
Gerard's mother
Gerard
was diagnosed
founded
with frontotemporal
this foundation.
dementia.
Okay.
However, it didn't officially become a non-profit until 2014 after she unfortunately passed away. Indie Land has been quite successful in raising money for charity. They generally raise over $100,000 per year, and according to their website, have
Wow.
raised over $600,000.
I didn't know they
Marathons
raised
do
that
well
much.
and often attract very popular figures in the gaming realm, and even celebrities. From YouTube influencers to gaming developers and publishers, many parties actively get involved to help raise money. According to their website, the Open Hand Foundation supports the University of California, San Francisco, and in 2020, Gerard said that Open Hand was one of the UCSF's main support partners.
Currently working with the University of San Francisco, and we're kind of one of their main funding support partners going into all of this.
Beyond this, according to Gerard, Open Hand raises money for organizations all over the world.
My father, my brother, and I started a foundation called the Open Hand Foundation that raises money for dementia research and treatment for organizations all over the world.
However, the truth is that since its inception in 2014, the Open Hand Foundation has not contributed a single cent to any organization.
Oh,
For the past
no.
10 years, they have raised over $600,000, and it's all just sitting in their bank account. Despite
No
Open
way.
Hand saying the money goes to help fund research, and despite the fact that everyone believes their money is going to a worthwhile cause, this is simply not the case.
All of it?
Because Open Hand is a non-profit,
All
their
of
tax
it
filings are publicly
is
available.
just sitting
Since
in their
2014,
bank?
their yearly filings have all shown the same behavior. For example, in 2022, they received $117,000 in contributions. They paid $11,000 in expenses, leaving them with $106,000 in excess revenue. This cash was then added to their existing stockpile of cash, which now totals $655,000. Every year since 2014, it's been the same. Money is received, some expenses are deducted, and the cash is just left in their account. Normally in these filings, a non-profit is supposed to state where their profit goes. Obviously, if a charity raises money, they are supposed to give it to an organization. However, this has never happened with the Open Hand Foundation. In 10 years of filings, they have not dispersed a single dollar to anyone. They have kept everything for themselves. This is obviously alarming. Their website clearly states they support the UCSF. And they have a quote from David Kessler, the dean of the UCSF School of Medicine, thanking them for their gift.
What?
But the interesting thing about David Kessler is that he was fired as the dean of the UCSF School of Medicine in 2007, 7 years before Open Hand was even officially registered. I needed to find out what was happening, so I contacted Open Hand and asked them why they haven't made any contributions in the past 10 years. And this is the response I got, which was written by Jacques Khalil, Gerard's brother. They claim that before their official registration as a foundation, they donated body parts for research. A strange claim that I don't believe can be true of a charity. That's likely referring to a private and personal matter within their family and would have nothing to do with Open Hand. They claim they made...
Hold on. What on earth? Prior to our official registration as a foundation, we donated body parts for research and made financial contributions to an institution that, in our view, made insufficient progress in the fight against these debilitating conditions. The prior experience has taught us that the importance of careful consideration in our partnerships and is the reason why we continue to search for a proper partner and recipient of our donations.
financial contributions to an institution that made insufficient
I just
progress.
had to read that myself.
Essentially, Openhand is claiming
What
that
on
because
earth?
they made donations before they were registered in 2014, which we cannot confirm because it wasn't public at the time, this means that it is acceptable to not pass along any of the money the public has given them until they find someone they deem worthy. The obvious question arises. If they have been looking for a beneficiary since 2014, why has Gerard been claiming they support organizations across the world, including the UCSF and the Alzheimer's Association?
We are raising money for dementia research in honor of my late mom, trying to help folks who've been impacted by dementia, working with organizations like USF, FTD Association of America.
Can you guys imagine if someone found out that the Stack Up charity event we did 2 days ago, I was keeping all the money? What would you guys think about me? That's exactly what this guy's doing. He's doing a Stack Up event. He's raising $1,000 and he's pocketing it. That's what he's doing.
Alzheimer's Association of America, and so many more.
Why is he claiming the money is actually given to people who know how to use it?
And all that money goes
Yeah,
to dementia
you would
research.
not be here
We don't
anymore.
touch any
And
of
I
it.
would hope
We
you
just
wouldn't
work
be
with
here
people
anymore.
who do need the money, and we help them.
And this is
do their thing.
$600,000.
Why is he claiming they are helping the victims and even the families of people with dementia?
Guys, welcome to Indieland. For those of you who don't know what we're doing, we're raising money for dementia research and prevention, helping victims who not only have dementia, but the families of those around them.
Why is Openhand still claiming it supports the UCSF on its website? Openhand assured me they have done nothing illegal, because if they had, they would have been caught by the IRS. However, I never mentioned legality in my original email. I'm not sure why they brought up the IRS, but this assumes the IRS is some kind of omnipresent being that immediately detects fraud the moment it happens and intervenes. This notion is simply untrue. Many crimes, especially fraud, go undetected, and unless you do something especially egregious on your filings, nothing will be flagged to the IRS. In saying that, however, these filings don't seem to be done properly, and they aren't even signed, which is definitely a legal requirement. But now that they brought it up, if the filings do show an accurate account of what happened, I do think this is illegal and would be considered charity fraud. Generally, taking money by dishonest means is considered fraud. You just can't tell people to give you money under a false pretense. And you can't wait 10 years until you're caught before doing something with it either. In this case, Openhand lied for many years saying that it was funding organizations it wasn't, and it was using those lies in order to get money from the public. Openhand finishes by saying they continue to search for a partnership that meets their standards, and if I have any recommendations, they will consider it. I don't know why they are asking me for my input. Openhand has already been lying for 10 years, saying that it's been going to the UCSF, the Alzheimer's Association, and other organizations across the world. Why not send it there? Openhand has had 10 years to find somewhere to send the money to, and I'm sure there are plenty of acceptable organizations that would gladly welcome its contribution. Truthfully, I just don't buy their explanation. If they really were looking for someone to give it to, they would have been honest about that to the public. They wouldn't have lied and said they were giving it to someone they weren't. Why are they still doing fundraisers when they admit here, if you choose to believe them, they have no idea where that money will go? Why do they not ask the public where to send the money? It is their money, after all. People have been donating their hard-earned money for 10 years. They all believe their money is going to a good cause. People have been championing Indieland for years, declaring they are fighting dementia. Gaming developers, YouTube influencers, celebrities have all donated their time, money, and effort to this event, thinking it was doing something when it just wasn't. Sponsors have invested money and equipment into a charity that did nothing with the money. I responded to Openhand hoping to get clarification on a few details, and asking if they thought it was appropriate to continue to ask for money when they aren't contributing any of it. They reiterated they believe their behavior was legal and ethical. Apparently me taking issue with the fact they've lied for years and kept all of the money they have ever received is both unwarranted and unfounded. Clearly from these statements, Openhand feels as though this is acceptable behavior from a charity. They closed by saying they do not intend to issue further public comments on these matters, confirming that from Openhand's perspective, this isn't an issue worthy of their time or comment. The last thing I needed to do was to talk to Jirard and get his side of the story. And with the help of Muta from to do
this is their official response.
Charity. They closed.
Their official response is we stand firm on our record and integrity. This insinuation of wrongdoing is both unwarranted and unfounded. We conduct our operations within the bounds of legal and ethical standards, and any implication to the contrary is baseless. Boy, those are some very, mushy legal and ethical standards, if that is how they feel. I mean, these people have a ethical standard that I don't share.
These statements, Openhand feels as though this is acceptable behavior from a charity. They closed by saying they do not intend to issue further public
And they're
comments
just
on these
ignoring it.
matters.
So their response is just, fuck you, we don't care. We're not even going to respond.
Confirming that from Openhand's perspective, this isn't an issue worthy of their time or comment. The last thing I needed to do was to talk to Gerard and get his side of the story. And with the help of Muta from Some Ordinary Gamers, we set up a call. According to Gerard, he didn't find out the funds had not been forwarded to any organizations until 2022, and claims that since that time, he has been actively trying to find somewhere to send the money.
You weren't notified that the money was sitting there the whole time?
I knew.
Look, his photo is literally the Sea of Stars guy. I am just really afraid about what this is gonna, this might give Sea of Stars a little bit of a stain on its reputation, to be so closely linked with this guy. I find that to be really unfortunate now.
It was sitting there at a certain point, and that's what made me proactive.
Hold on, I want to start this from the beginning.
Notified that the money was sitting there the whole time?
Out the funds had not been forwarded to any organizations until 2022, and claims that since that time, he has been actively trying to find somewhere to send the money.
You weren't notified that the money was sitting there the whole time?
I knew it was sitting there at a certain point, and that's what made me proactively go about it. Like, I was made aware in 2021 when the money hadn't moved yet, and that's what made me go, that's not fucking cool. And that's when I got personally involved to move it. And
did anyone
2021 last year, 2022.
Yeah, did anyone tell you that the money was going somewhere before then? Were you being misled?
No. No one told me anything. I assumed that it was all going to a charity, and I assumed incorrectly.
Whether or not you believe this will be up to you. However, I will note that even if he is telling the truth, despite learning this in 2022, his behavior did not change. In 2023, he continued to make claims that Openhand was supporting the UCSF, the Alzheimer's Association, AFTD, and many more, a year after learning that it wasn't.
Trying to help folks who've been impacted by dementia, working with organizations like USF,
no shot, man. No shot. This guy has no idea where $500,000 is going.
These statements were from just several weeks ago. Gerard has also been a director of Openhand since 2014, so it would take a lot to convince me he didn't know what was happening with the money he was raising. Ask yourself this question. If you raised hundreds of thousands of dollars for charity, do you think you would be interested in where that money was going? Would you at least check to see if the money was being
I
sent?
fucking would.
No matter the answer, you would still be completely responsible for what happened with that money. The most important question at this time is whether or not the money is still there. And Gerard assures us they still have the full amount of money.
That's a
and are
very
looking
good
to donate
question.
it as soon as possible. At this stage, we have no reason to believe this isn't the case. However, due to Openhand's past dishonesty, I think we do need concrete proof of this donation when it happens. Unfortunately, given that the money hadn't been contributed for so many years and...
No. What do you think the chances are that money's all there? I don't think there's a great shot that that money's all there. What do you guys think? You think that money's just sitting there for 7 years? Really? Just collecting interest for nothing else? And they just ignored it? No shot. Absolutely no shot. This guy's got a lot of explaining to do, and I have a feeling he's not going to be able to do it.
covered, it's hard to know if this is simply a response to being caught or if they truly were planning on donating the money at some point. Hopefully we get confirmation soon that all of the money Openhand has ever received is sent to the organizations it was supposed to. That being said, even if all of the money is still there, the actions of Openhand were unethical and almost certainly illegal. And as unfortunate as the situation is, it does need to be called out, and there do need to be repercussions. It shouldn't need to be stated that lying about making charitable contributions in order to get money is not a good thing, no matter what the context. I also think there needs to be a full audit of Openhand by an independent third party. Some Ordinary Gamers is also doing a more thorough breakdown of the situation, so if you want to learn more about how to look up the public filings of non-profits and what to look for, and to learn more about their legal obligations, I will put a link to that in the description. I will also put a link to the tax filings of Openhand along with their full statements. Please don't let this dissuade you from donating to a good cause in the future. There are plenty of legitimate online fundraisers that support long-established reputable charities, like Games Done Quick or Desert Bus for Hope. In any case,
Desert Bus for Hope's a real thing?
To do your own research into charities.
Found my new
Just
calling,
ensure
guys.
you
There's
know
a Desert
where your
Bus
money is going.
charity.
Or alternatively, if you do want to donate, do it directly to the organizations you wish to support.
Hello, guys.
Wow. What to say about that? What to say about that? I mean, check it out. Like, here. This is Chrono Trigger. This is Sea of Stars. I'll show you this guy. He's in the game. For the record, you're so down for future P-Town React streams. Oh, it's alright. This cropped up on my YouTube when I got home today, and I had to watch it. As it was just such an alarming title. As load game, where does it like an end game save? Give me my manual save. Like, check this out. It's not like any spoilers if you haven't seen Sea of Stars, really. I think we can just take off from here, right? Yeah. Oh no, we actually have to leave the normal way, huh? Love me some Skylands music. I was thinking about doing a Sea of Stars run today. I'm not going to, but I was actually thinking about it. Doing a little Artful Gambit run. Oh, guess what? I got approved as partner on YouTube. As of today. That was a lot faster than I thought. They said it might take a month. Yeah, huzzah! We made it. Now, what that means, I think I'll do my first Sea of Stars YouTube stream eventually. Yeah, thank you guys, thank you. So here, the video that we just watched, that's this guy right here. This is him. He's in the game. Well, thank you, yeah, YouTube partner finally. Gerard the Constructionist. This is literally the guy. And I don't know what they're going to be able to do about that. You know, here's the takeaway from the video, really, right? So there's a couple takeaways to have. The first one is there's two outcomes here, right? They're going to do an audit, and so the truth will come out, right? There's no hiding from the truth now. When Carl Jobs is on your case, you're fucked, and the truth will come out. And so there's two outcomes here, right? The one outcome is he's telling the truth and all the money's still there. And that just makes him a fucking idiot, I guess is what that makes him. For having ridiculously high standards and never finding a charity? But it still doesn't explain how he was telling people he had charities lined up he was donating to for 7 years. That doesn't explain that away. You know, the other outcome is they do the audit and none of the money's there. And that is obviously a much different kind of outcome that you can't explain away through stupidity, and I'm afraid that's probably the more likely outcome here. is that this guy has pocketed $600,000, saying it was for Indie Land charity. And that is really sad to see. I don't like the fact that he's in the game. This guy is a good friend of the head of Sabotage Studio, Thierry. Now, I'm not saying any comment on Sabotage Studio or Thierry, but I wonder what they're all thinking about their decision to include this guy now. He's actually kind of integral to the endgame, as he is the character who, like, unlocks all your shops. Like, you can't just, like, snap your fingers and delete him from the game, I don't think. Maybe they could change his character model to something different. And rename it. Hey, Grease, good to see you. They may not even be aware. The video dropped like 1 hour ago. They probably